Hi everyone, this is daveac and this is my vblog 161 for Friday the 19th of August 2011, and a short podcast from a tall bottle. And I'm rushing because my camera's just locked up as I started, for we've got the second part of tonight's proms and they're having a Brahms night. I'll be list later, get it? And we've got Emmanuel Arcs playing Brahms's first piano concerto. They've just started. Let's have a listen. First movement. Just a few seconds. And it's the Chamber Orchestra of Europe playing, conducted by Bernie Haitink. And I'm fading it down. Wow, I think the first movement of that is about 25 minutes or something. It's supposed to be a real maestro's piano piece. They were saying just in the break that although Brahms played the piano, he wasn't a maestro like Liszt or some of the other players. But that is lovely, and I'm rather anxious to get back to it. So let's get on with, as I say, shorter than our last week's mammoth 22 minutes, but nonetheless, hopefully a wonderful podcast too. Well, as it happens, there's not a lot of news, and I've been extremely busy around the internet. But let's, as always, start with podcasting news. Well, after that little musical introduction. Well, I've been helping Lewis, as you might know by now, on the Hitchhiker's Guide to British Sci-Fi, which goes out on TalkShoe on Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and that's on the TalkShoe ID 110825, and we've done it for 5 successive weeks now as we've covered Torchwood Series 4. So this coming Sunday, which is the 21st of August, we're doing the episode 6 called The Middlemen, and that will be promptly at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But of course, prior to that, the Cultum Collective will be on TalkShoe. We're on TalkShoe ID 54821. We go out at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and having now concluded our third and final Harry Potter instalment, we're doing actually a mid-season review of Series 4 of Torchwood also. Now, we'll try and cover mainly episodes 1 to 6, which have now aired here in the UK. But today, in actual fact, in the United States, Friday as I record this, episode 7 will be going out. So there will be some people on the Cultum Collective who will have seen episode 7. Some will have only seen up to episode 6. So although the whole show will be spoilerish for those episodes, we'll try and keep any spoilers for episode 7 till towards the end of the podcast, and then those people can drop off if they're watching it via the UK timeline, as it were. So that's the podcasting news. Oh, with one more thing to say, the latest of our Cultum commentaries, that's with Ian, Mike, that's Mike Randall, Thor, and myself, now up, and it's Series 4 of Doctor Who, Episode 11, Turn Left, and that is, of course, up on our feeds, 54821. It's up on our blog site, cultum.com, and of course available on iTunes. Well, just a couple of other little bits and pieces on the Doctor Who news page. We've now finally absolutely got it confirmed. Doctor Who in the UK will restart back on our screens on the Saturday the 27th. So that is good news. I'm not exactly sure of the timing, but it's usually around 7 o'clock. And the other information from the Doctor Who, www.doctorwhonews.net, is that they've just finished recording another of the forthcoming Fourth Doctor's audio adventures called The Renaissance Man. And the little snippet of news with that, alongside Tom Baker and of course, Louise Jameson, playing Leela, we've got where's he gone? Where's he gone? Yes, Ian McNeice, who's played Winston Churchill in Victory of the Daleks. He's not playing Winston Churchill in this. He's got a guest appearance, and that was recorded on the 17th. And it just shows that, and there's a very happy picture there of Tom Baker having returned to audio adventures. Okay, just another couple of other subjects, and we're going to go straight to the wine. I've not got a book today. I'm still finishing off that Origin book that I mentioned last week, and I haven't got another Doctor Who DVD at the moment, but do we mind? Because very shortly we will be in the middle of the second half of Series 6 of Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, and lots of excitement to come from that. Okay, oh yes, there was one more announcement, and that is from the Doctor Who, is that Elizabeth Sladen's autobiography is now going to be coming out in November. Originally planned for April, but with obviously the tragic death of the artist, that has been delayed, and with the help of the family, that has now finally been finished, and it will be published on the 7th of November. Just about the time when the actual final few stories of the Sarah Jane Adventures should reach our TV screens. Okay, a couple of other little techie things. Well, actually, in fact, only really one, and it's for the people in the UK. Just to say that one of the shows I follow, called The Gadget Show, that's on Channel 5 here in the UK, that started again. In fact, it's just on now, because I'm doing this late in the evening. Yes, it's on between 8 and 9 on Channel 5, The Gadget Show. It seems to be on far more frequently than it used to, but not too sure I quite like the new way it does it. They seem to be blowing up gadgets more than testing them. Okay, well, I did say a short podcast from a tall bottle, so let's have a look. And by heck, it's a big one. I can't even get it all in the screen at once. Look at that. I remember reading somebody's wine blog. There's so many wine blogs I go to, I can't remember the exact one. But they said that a lot of these winemakers seem to think that if their wine's in the tallest bottle on the shelf, people might think it's the best wine. But we'll see. There it is. 9 Vines. Tempranillo Shiraz. South Australia. 2007. It's 13%. I don't think that's going to focus entirely too well. I'm trying to get my fingers in there to give it something to focus on. There we are. Freeze frame it. And that's the wine we're going to taste. So let's have a little background music while I taste the wine. I'll turn the wine down. Nice. It's the blend of the Shiraz and Tempranillo. I'm getting cherry fruits coming out of this. Let me have a taste. Ooh. Now that's got a lovely balance of tannins with that. Nice. I'm getting quite to like these sort of wines with the Tempranillo in. Let's just have a little read of the back, sir. As you can see, I'm rushed and I wanted to get back to the prawns. Wow. The Tempranillo is a relative newcomer to Australia. In its homeland, it's highly prized for its distinctive, elegant characters that are not dissimilar to the champion Toreador, is it, in full flight. Shiraz, on the other hand, has been there for over a century and is more like the Raging Bull. Yes, there's some quite old vines in Australia, which seems strange since it's a new world wine. What else does it say? Full of, on the palate, full of flavour and an intensity to provide breathless satisfaction. Woohoo! Well, it is very nice indeed. There is a structure to it, there is a complexity to it, and it was a reasonable price. I think it's usually a £7 wine, I paid £5 for it, so I paid $8, but it's usually a $12 wine. Well, I want something to eat now. That is very pleasant indeed. In fact, ooh, did it knock me wine over? We'll give it one more little view to celebrate it. And there you have it. Today's wine, today's rather shorter podcast. And let's have a bit more Brahms. And we'll... I'm hoping you can hear that. And I've got to cut it out, but I'm going back to it. Thank you for watching. We'll have a rather longer one next week because we'll be getting up to Doctor Who restarting. Don't forget Cult & Collective at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 54821, followed by the Hitchhiker's Guide to British Sci-Fi, both on Torchwood this week. Bye all.